I likely will never spend 14 hours a day with any man, and he won't with any woman either. Despite this, we were very compatible and cared for each other deeply. Stefanie Powers, the famous star from Heart to Heart, was once one of Hollywood's biggest stars. However, behind her fame, she faced some very tough challenges. In just a few weeks, Stefanie lost 2 of her closest loved ones, which made her feel like her world was falling apart. In addition to everything else, she had to fight a tough battle with lung cancer. This challenge tested both her body and mind. But despite her many losses, Stefanie found a new way to cope. She turned her sadness into a strong source of strength. Not only did she overcome her struggles, but she also created a legacy that goes beyond her acting career. What helped her endure such deep sorrow and come back with such strength? What was the secret that empowered her? Stefanie uses her challenges to create a meaningful life, and her story is truly inspiring. She was born on November 2, 1942, in Hollywood, California, as Stefanie Zofia Paul. Even though she grew up in the entertainment industry, her childhood was difficult. Her father, Morrison Bloomfield Paul, was a skilled cinematographer, and her mother, Juliana Gulan, worked hard as a Polish Catholic. Stefanie faced the pain of her parents' divorce during her upbringing. When she was young, Stefanie had to rely on her mother and older brother Jeffrey for support because her father was not around. She showed her artistic talent early on, starting ballet lessons as a child. During these classes, she met future Hollywood stars Natalie Wood and Jill St. John, which seemed like a sign that she was meant to be part of the art world. Despite her difficult childhood, Stefanie found her inner strength. Stefanie's dedication to her ballet lessons improved her skills and sparked her love for the arts. Even though she had a tough childhood, she used her challenges as a strong base to succeed in the competitive entertainment industry. Were these hard times the start of something great? Let's look at how Stefanie turned every challenge into a chance, leading to a bright career and a lasting legacy by the time she was 16. Stefanie Powers took her first big step into Hollywood by signing a contract with Columbia Pictures. This deal not only kicked off her career but also changed her name from Stefania Zofia Paul, reflecting her Polish background, to Stefanie Powers, which was more accepted in Hollywood. She started with small parts in movies like Experiment in Terror and Mark Lintock in 1963, slowly getting used to being in the spotlight. However, these small roles did not. Stefanie gained some recognition in a very competitive industry, but in 1966, she got her first major role in The Girl from UCAA as Agent April Dancer. Unfortunately, the show didn't succeed and was canceled after 1 season. This was a big setback for her, and for the next 2 years, she found it hard to get new roles in a changing industry. This quiet time challenged her resilience. Stefanie was determined not to be forgotten despite challenges in her career. In 1970, she made a small guest appearance on the show It Takes a Thief, where she met Robert Wagner. Even though her role was minor, their strong chemistry made a big impact and started a successful partnership in the future. This marked the beginning of Stefanie's return to the spotlight. Despite facing setbacks, she stayed committed to her goals. Despite facing many challenges, she built the groundwork for her comeback. Her strong determination kept her engaged and ready for unexpected opportunities. Was this difficult time just a brief setback before a stronger return? Follow Stefanie Powers' unpredictable journey. After years of searching for her path, she finally reached the peak of her career. Jennifer Hart, played by Stefanie Powers, was a key character in the TV show Heart to Heart from 1979 to 1984. The series followed the amateur detective couple, Jonathan and Jennifer Hart, and became very popular due to the strong chemistry between the actors Robert Wagner and Stefanie Powers. Stefanie's performance made Jennifer an iconic character, and her charm came from being a smart, captivating woman. Her depth added to the character's appeal, leaving a lasting impact on the audience during the show's 5 seasons. Wagner brought excitement to the everyday mysteries of the series with her classy touch and the warm relationship between the two main characters. This not only advanced Stefanie's career, but also made her one of the top actresses of her time. Stefanie went on to have an impressive career, appearing in over 200 TV shows and more than 35 films. From the adventure movie Escape to Athena in 1979, filmed in Greece, to The Artist's Wife in 2020, showcasing her ability to adapt. She has shown amazing talent and strength over the years, whether in famous Hollywood films or modern independent ones. She always brought a new and classy feel to her performances. Even with her success in movies, Stefanie remembered her theater background. She regularly acted in well-respected stage shows, like Love Letters with Robert Wagner and the famous Broadway show The King and I. She also took part in revivals like Sunset Boulevard and toured the world with a play called Loop. Lula Bankhead was a legendary actress known for her passion for the arts and her bravery in tackling tough roles. In 2003, she also ventured into music with a jazz album called On the Same Page, collaborating with famous musician Paige Cavanaugh. The album honored classic American jazz and showcased Lula's diverse talents, with her warm, soulful voice adding special charm to the songs. Stefanie showed a different side of herself, far from her usual on-screen image. Throughout her lively career, she built strong friendships with her co-workers. She fondly remembered working with Sandra Dee on the project If a Man Answers. Stefanie highlighted Sandra's bright personality, but also recognized the challenges she faced behind the scenes. Sandra had a strict mother and dealt with a troubled marriage, which made her seek peace in her life. Stefanie loves her experiences with legends like John Wayne and Maureen O'Hara in The Quiet Man. She appreciated how well they worked together and their professionalism, especially during tough scenes. She also has unforgettable memories of working with Tallulah Bankhead on Die Die My Darling. Tallulah's quirky personality and bold actions made a big impact on Stefanie, bringing humor and amazement. Stefanie Powers' journey as an artist shows her perseverance and creativity. Stefanie Powers built strong relationships and showed true dedication in her work, making her a beloved figure to her fans. Despite her many successes, her personal life had its challenges, including 2 failed marriages and a deep but sad romance with William Holden. She married actor Gary Lockwood in 1966, when both were starting their careers in Hollywood. Stefanie and her partner had a hopeful start, but work pressures and personal problems slowly separated them. After 6 years, their marriage ended in 1972, teaching Stefanie a tough lesson about love in the entertainment industry. That same year, she began a meaningful relationship with William Holden, a famous Hollywood star. William was much older than Stefanie, and they shared happy times together, offering each other comfort and companionship. However, their love faced difficulties because William had a problem with alcohol. Despite Stefanie's attempts to help him, tragedy struck on November 16, 1981, when he died in an accident at home. In a recent interview, she talked about her deep love for William Holden, saying it was such a strong love that she has found it hard to move on. Although she has tried to open herself up again, she never fully closed her heart. Stefanie shared that it was really hard to find someone like Holden again. She joked about getting letters and pictures from admirers, but she stressed that finding a true match is tough. Just 17 days after her heartbreak, she faced another tragedy when her childhood friend Natalie Wood, who was married to her co-star Robert Wagner, died in a mysterious boating accident. The loss of 2 people she cared about deeply left Stefanie feeling very sad. During a tough time in her life, Stefanie talked about her close friendship with Robert Wagner, her longtime partner on the show Heart to Heart. She said they were very good friends who understood each other well and cared for each other. Their bond grew stronger after they both experienced the deaths of William Holden and Natalie Wood. Even though they had been friends before these tragedies, Stefanie felt that sharing this pain brought them closer. She mentioned that they sometimes spent up to 14 hours together. After working together for 5 years on Heart to Heart, Stefanie formed a special friendship that was different from any she had before. Instead of giving in to her sadness, she focused her energy on continuing the work that William Holden loved. In 1982, she started the William Holden Wildlife Foundation, a nonprofit that aims to protect wildlife and help local communities with conservation, especially in Kenya and the United States. Stefanie worked hard to ensure wildlife protection. The foundation focused on wildlife and helping communities live well, with nature became a source of inspiration for her after Holden passed away. It gave her a new sense of purpose and a way to remember the man who had such a big influence on her life. Even though Stefanie Powers was grieving, she continued to look for happiness. In 1993, she married French businessman Patrick Dea, but their marriage ended in 1999. After that, she was in a long-term relationship with Tom Carroll, an auditor and former U.S. Navy officer, for 14 years. Was a key source of emotional support for Stefanie as she faced various challenges in her life. However, this support turned to heartbreak when Tom died in 2014, and Stefanie had to deal with another deep loss. Throughout her life, Stefanie Powers never had children, which she once said was her biggest sadness. Although her romantic relationships and marriages were significant, none of them gave her the chance to become a mother, a role she had always wanted. Stefanie faced many difficulties in her life. After dealing with personal losses, she was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2007 and had successful surgery and treatment. Unfortunately, in 2008, she received another terrible diagnosis, lung cancer, caused by her 20 years of smoking. When her doctor told her about the lung cancer, she felt like her life was slipping away. The disease was not only a threat to her life, but also reminded her of her past struggles. She had ignored her health for too long. Feelings of helplessness and worry about the future made her face a harsh reality. Her life was passing her by. In 2009, Stefanie had surgery to take out part of her right lung. This was a risky operation and a turning point for her. The recovery was tough, and she dealt with constant pain and sometimes felt too tired to keep going. Although her body wasn't as strong as it used to be, her determination stayed strong. However, the pain didn't just affect her body. She faced a constant fear of life and death. Each day was a struggle, but she told herself she needed to keep fighting, not just for herself, but for the legacy she had built. Her pain grew worse when her mother, who had always supported her, passed away at 96 after a long illness. This loss deepened her sadness, as she was already dealing with a serious health issue and now had to cope with her mother's death. When Stefanie's mother passed away, it felt like a part of her broke, making her life feel even sadder and heavier. Over the next few years, her health got worse. She stopped going out to public events and chose to live a quieter life, focusing on wildlife conservation, a cause she and William Holden both loved. When she did go out, she often seemed tired and weak. Her body was no longer as strong as it used to be, but her determination didn't fade. Stefanie fought against the pain, and despite her declining health, she stayed committed to the William Holden Wildlife Foundation, the conservation group she started to honor her late partner. Every step she took was a personal victory and showed her incredible spirit. She refused to let any challenge, big or small, defeat her in her later years. This is not just a story about fighting cancer, but a strong journey of strength. She kept moving forward despite challenges, living life to the fullest and inspiring future generations. Her lasting legacy is one of bravery and commitment, showing what a woman can achieve when she refuses to give up. Stefanie Powers has made a significant impact on both the entertainment world and society. She received many awards, including a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1992, and international honors like the Medal of Peace on Earth. These awards show not just Stefanie's successful career, but also her impact on the community and her efforts in wildlife conservation. She has worked hard with big organizations like the Jaguar Conservation Trust and has been involved in projects at American zoos. Protecting wildlife has always been Stefanie's passion, and she has found a way to link her film career with her goal of preserving nature. Stefanie, the founder and president of the William Holden Wildlife Foundation, continues the work of her late partner, William Holden, by supporting wildlife conservation in Kenya and the United States. Her foundation helps protect animals and creates educational programs to teach people about conservation and endangered species. Despite her success in the arts, Stefanie stays dedicated to inspiring new generations through her charitable work and artistic projects. Stefanie Powers is dedicated not just to her acting but also to protecting nature. She is known for her kindness and commitment to helping people and the environment. Today, she still has a successful acting career, performing in well-known shows like Looped and On Golden Pond in the US and the UK. Her remarkable performances showcase her talent and help her connect with audiences, showing that she is still a relevant and admired actress. Stefanie plays a vital role in theater and splits her time between California and Kenya. She focuses on her art and wildlife conservation through the William Holden Wildlife Foundation. Over the years, she has worked hard to protect nature and animals, partnering with international groups and speaking at global events to promote environmental protection and animal welfare. Her memoir, From the Heart, and her solo performance program have also earned recognition. Stefanie has earned a special place in people's hearts. Her memoir tells her inspiring life story, and her performance program gives audiences a close look at her journey as a film star, highlighting her strength and kindness. Recently, she has taken good care of her health with help from doctors and new treatments. She has mentioned that she is using a special medication that only 5% of cancer patients can access. Stefanie Powers' medical team is closely watching her health and helping her through tough times with care. Despite these challenges, she continues to be an inspiration, showing strong commitment to her passions while handling life's difficulties with grace and determination. Her life is more than just that of a Hollywood star. It represents strength and perseverance as she has faced many struggles, including personal losses and fights with health issues. Stefanie has shown that it's possible to have a successful career and make a real difference in wildlife conservation despite facing illness. Her determination and passion have helped her turn tough times into opportunities for growth. What do you think about Stefanie's inspiring journey? How did she keep trying her best, even when faced with big challenges? Can her story motivate you to tackle your own difficulties? We'd love to hear your thoughts. Stefanie Power had an amazing life, leaving behind a legacy that inspires us through her art and teaches us about strength and kindness. She shows us we can overcome any challenge. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more great stories about the legends you admire. See you in the next video.